Ever wonder what it takes to earn like a nine-figure paycheck, but for just one movie? Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into Hollywood's biggest paydays,
Right.
where talent meets business savvy in the realm of these blockbuster movies.
Yeah, it's a fascinating world.
Yeah.
It's a world where a single role can translate into generational wealth, right? We're going to be uncovering the stories behind these like eye-watering figures,
Yeah.
exploring, how these deals are struck and what they reveal about the evolving landscape of Hollywood.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the golden age of Hollywood, things were much simpler.
Oh, absolutely. Way simpler.
Right.
In those early days, actors basically received just upfront salaries.
Yeah.
It was a very straightforward system. You got paid a fixed amount for your time and performance,
Right.
regardless of the movie's success.
So a bit like a regular job, just with way more glamour and probably way better catering.
Precisely. But, as the industry grew and the concept of star power kind of emerged, actors started realizing that they held significant leverage.
Of course, yeah.
And they began pushing for a piece of the pie, a share of the profits, especially when, their name was a major draw for audiences.
That makes sense. I mean, if a studio is banking on an actor's popularity to rake in millions at the box office,
Absolutely.
why shouldn't the actor get a cut of that success?
Exactly. And that's how the concept of this, back-end participation came into play.
Okay.
So instead of just a fixed salary, actors started negotiating deals where they'd receive, a percentage of the film's box office revenue, or even a share of the profits from video sales and merchandise.
So their earnings became directly tied to the movie's performance.
Precisely.
High risk, high reward.
Precisely. And this shift in deal structures led to some truly remarkable paydays for actors who had the foresight and negotiation skills to secure these lucrative back-end deals.
Okay, so let's talk about one of those remarkable paydays. The story of Bruce Willis and The Sixth Sense is legendary in Hollywood deal-making.
It is. It really is.
Right. Bruce Willis was already, a big name.
Yeah.
Commanding around, $20 million per film.
Right.
But for The Sixth Sense, he opted for a different approach.
He sensed an opportunity, perhaps? We're talking about a film with a twist ending that no one saw coming.
He did. You could say that.
Yeah.
He negotiated a deal where, in addition to a reduced upfront salary, he would receive a percentage of the film's revenue and a significant chunk of the video sales.
So he's betting on the movie success, not just banking on his star power.
Exactly.
Right.
And it turned out to be a genius move. The Sixth Sense became a massive box office hit. It exceeded all expectations and resonated with audiences, worldwide.
All right, don't keep me in suspense.
Yeah.
How much did this gamble earn him?
Hold on to your hats.
Okay.
Willis walked away with an estimated $115 million.
All right.
It was a record-breaking payday at the time, and it really set a precedent for other A-listers seeking a bigger piece of the box office pie. Wow, that's what you call a sixth sense for a good deal.
Yeah.
But as we'll see, it's not always just about the money for some actors.
Right.
Take Keanu Reeves, for example.
Yeah.
He's earned a reputation for his incredible generosity, especially when it comes to sharing his Matrix wealth.
Yeah. Keanu's story is truly heartwarming. Across the 3 Matrix films, his total earnings reached a staggering $262 million.
Good Lord.
But what he did with a portion of that money speaks volumes about his character.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What did he do? Did he buy everyone a lifetime supply of red and blue pills?
He chose to share his success with the unsung heroes behind the scenes, the costume and special effects teams,
Right.
who often work tirelessly and don't receive the same recognition as the actors.
That is so Keanu. He's known for his humility and kindness. Didn't he, gift Harley-Davidson motorcycles to the stunt team on The Matrix Reloaded?
He did. It really just highlights his collaborative spirit and his belief that a film's success is truly a team effort.
Yeah.
And, it's a refreshing contrast to the often, competitive and individualistic nature of Hollywood.
It's a good reminder that success doesn't have to be a zero-sum game. Speaking of success and sharing the wealth, let's talk about Sandra Bullock and her savvy approach to the sci-fi thriller Gravity.
Yes.
This story is a masterclass in negotiation.
Oh, absolutely. Sandra Bullock is known for her business acumen.
Yes.
And Gravity is a prime example. She was initially offered a $20 million upfront salary.
Right.
Which is already a hefty sum.
Sure, but for someone of her caliber, especially taking on a challenging lead role in a big budget film, I can see why she might aim for more.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. She knew her worth and the potential of the film. So instead of just settling for the upfront payment, she negotiated for a 15% share of the box office revenue on top of her initial fee.
Now, that's what I call aiming for the stars.
Yeah,
Did this bold move pay off?
big time. Gravity became a global phenomenon, captivated audiences with its stunning visuals and Bullock's powerful performance. The film earned over $700 million worldwide.
So what was the final tally for Bullock?
Her share of the box office revenue boosted her total earnings to an estimated $70 million.
Wow.
It's a testament to her negotiation skills and her belief in the film's success.
That's the power of knowing your value and being a savvy negotiator. It's a lesson for anyone, not just Hollywood stars. Now, we've talked about actors sharing their wealth and taking a gamble on a film's success. But what about those who are tasked with revitalizing, like a fading franchise?
Right.
Let's talk about Tom Cruise and his mission to breathe new life into the Mission Impossible series.
Tom Cruise. He's a force of nature in Hollywood, known for his intense dedication to his craft and his willingness to push boundaries. For Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, he faced a unique challenge. The franchise had lost some of its luster, after a couple of less than stellar sequels.
The stakes were high.
Yeah, they were.
He had to win back audiences and prove that Mission Impossible still had the power to thrill.
Exactly. And his compensation reflected the weight of this mission. For Ghost Protocol, Cruise negotiated a deal that earned him a hefty $75 million.
Wow. That's a lot of pressure to deliver. Did he manage to pull it off?
You bet he did. Ghost Protocol was a critical and commercial triumph. It reinvigorated the franchise and reminded audiences why they fell in love with Ethan Hunt in the first place.
And that success paved the way for several more successful sequels, further cementing Cruise's status as one of Hollywood's most bankable stars.
Absolutely.
His commitment to the franchise, both creatively and financially, paid off in spades.
It did. It's a testament to his star power and his understanding of what it takes to deliver a blockbuster hit. But the landscape of Hollywood is constantly evolving.
Of course, yeah.
The rise of streaming platforms like Netflix has introduced a whole new set of rules and opportunities for actors, and it's shaking up the traditional power dynamics of the industry.
Streaming is a game changer, isn't it? It's like the Wild West of entertainment right now, with everyone vying for a piece of the action.
Absolutely. Streaming giants are throwing around serious money to lure big names to their platforms, and the deals they're offering are quite different from traditional studio contracts.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're talking about these streaming platforms offering these mega deals.
Yeah.
What's the catch? Is it all sunshine and roses for actors in this new world?
Well, it's a mixed bag, really.
Okay.
On the one hand, streaming platforms offer upfront payments that can, rival or even surpass traditional studio salaries.
Right.
Plus, there's often less pressure to deliver those massive box office numbers that studios are obsessed with.
That sounds appealing, less pressure, and more creative freedom, perhaps.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
However, the trade-off is that actors often give up a significant portion of their back-end participation rights, meaning they might miss out on those, huge windfalls if a film becomes a global sensation.
So it's a different kind of gamble.
Right.
Instead of betting on the film's box office performance,
Right.
they're relying on the streaming platform's upfront offer.
Exactly. And that's where things get, interesting.
Okay.
Streaming platforms are notoriously secretive about their viewership data.
Right.
So it's difficult for actors to gauge how well their films are performing
Right.
and whether they're getting a fair deal.
That lack of transparency must make it challenging to negotiate.
It is.
It's like playing poker with someone who's wearing a mask and refusing to show their hand.
Precisely. It's a whole new ballgame.
Yeah.
And actors are still adapting to the shifting landscape.
Right.
We're seeing some fascinating deals emerge, like Adam Sandler's multi-movie deal with Netflix,
Yeah.
where he reportedly earns a cool $62.5 million per film.
Wow. That's a lot of dough for a Sandman movie.
It is.
But it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
He's a proven draw for audiences,
Yeah.
and his films consistently perform well on these streaming platforms.
Exactly. And that's the key for actors navigating this new world. They need to kind of establish themselves as a brand, cultivate a loyal fan base, and demonstrate their ability to deliver content that resonates with these streaming audiences.
So it's not just about star power anymore. It's about building a digital empire, understanding the algorithms,
Right.
and mastering the art of the streaming game.
You could say that. It's a whole new set of skills and strategies that actors are having to learn. But, one thing remains constant. The allure of fame and fortune in Hollywood continues to captivate audiences and fuel our fascination with the lives of, like, the rich and famous.
It's like we're drawn to these stories of mega deals and blockbuster paychecks
Right.
because they, like, tap into our own dreams and aspirations.
Absolutely.
We wonder what it would be like to be in their shoes, to have that level of success and recognition.
There's a certain, like, escapism involved, for sure. We get to glimpse into a world of, like, glamour, wealth, and, creative expression.
Yeah.
It's like a modern-day fairy tale where talent and ambition can lead to these, like, unimaginable riches.
But it's important to remember that behind those, like, dazzling figures
Right.
are real people navigating the complexities of, a demanding industry,
Yeah.
facing intense pressure and scrutiny and grappling with the challenges of fame.
Well said. And the stories we've discussed today, Bruce Willis's calculated gamble, Keanu Reeves's remarkable generosity, and Sandra Bullock's savvy negotiation skills, they offer a glimpse into the multifaceted nature of success in Hollywood.
It's a reminder that there's no single path to the top. It takes a combination of talent, hard work, strategic thinking, and a bit of luck to reach those astronomical heights.
And ultimately, it's up to each individual to kind of define what success truly means to them.
Yeah.
For some, it might be about, maximizing their earnings and securing their financial future.
Yeah.
For others, it might be about using their platform to give back, inspire others, or champion important causes.
There's no right or wrong answer. What matters is that we engage in these conversations, challenge our assumptions, and explore the different facets of this fascinating industry.
And as we wrap up our deep dive into Hollywood's biggest paychecks, we invite you, dear listener, to continue this exploration. Think about the stories we've discussed, the themes we've explored, and the questions we've raised.
What resonates with you?
Yeah.
What surprised you? And what does it all say about our own values, ambitions, and perceptions of success in a world where entertainment and money are so closely intertwined?
We encourage you to share your thoughts on our social media channels, spark a conversation with your friends, or simply ponder these questions in your own time. Because ultimately, the most valuable insights come from engaging in thoughtful dialogue, challenging our perspectives, and embracing the complexity of the human experience.
So until our next deep dive, stay curious, keep exploring, and remember that the pursuit of knowledge is an endless adventure. So we've journeyed through like the evolution of these Hollywood deals, from fixed salaries to this back-end participation.
Yeah.
Witnessing how actors have like leveraged their star power to secure a piece of the box office pie.
Absolutely.
We've seen how the rise of these streaming platforms has like disrupted this traditional studio system,
Right.
creating new opportunities and challenges for actors seeking those mega paydays.
For sure.
And along the way, we've encountered stories of like, calculated risks, remarkable generosity, and savvy negotiations.
Yeah.
Reminding us that the path to success in Hollywood is rarely straightforward.
It really isn't.
But as a wrap up our deep dive, we want to shift the focus to you, our listener.
Okay.
We've explored the how and the what of Hollywood's biggest paychecks, but now we're kind of curious about the why.
Right.
Why are we so fascinated by these stories of fame and fortune? What is it about these like astronomical figures that capture our attention and spark debate?
It's a good question. Is it simply the allure of, like, wealth and extravagance? Or is there something deeper at play?
Yeah. Do these stories tap into our own aspirations for success? Our desire for like recognition and reward? Or do they serve as kind of a cautionary tale, reminding us of the like potential pitfalls of fame and the fleeting nature of fortune?
Right.
We'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about these mega deals? What factors should like determine an actor's compensation?
Yeah.
Is purely about like market value and box office draw?
Yeah.
Or should factors like artistic merit, social impact, and behind-the-scenes contributions play a role in determining those like eye-watering figures?
It's a good point. Perhaps there's no easy answer, no one-size-fits-all formula. Maybe it's like a complex equation that takes into account like unique circumstances of each film, the contributions of all involved, and the ever-shifting dynamics of, the entertainment industry.
But one thing is certain. The conversation is far from over.
Yeah.
As Hollywood continues to evolve, as streaming platforms reshape the landscape, and as actors navigate this new world of deal-making, these questions will only become more relevant.
Absolutely.
So we encourage you to keep thinking, keep questioning, and keep exploring the fascinating intersection of art, commerce, and human ambition.
Because ultimately, by engaging in these conversations, by sharing our perspectives and challenging our assumptions, we gain a deeper understanding not only of Hollywood, but of ourselves and the values we hold dear.
And that, we believe, is the true power of a deep dive. So, until next time, stay curious.